Bang bang Niner gang. 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 Against all odds, weather the storm, built for combat and battle, young hyenas in uniform. We play no games with the opposition, we active, let the whistle be the bell, we gon' get out what we got mad at. Many have tried, but many have failed. The 49ers got the livest fans in the NFL. I tried to told them we back and we never left and we got heart. Levi Stadium starting to feel like can't.
Alrighty, what's up everybody? It's Peter Joseph here for another video right here on the new Shadow's Lair. I'd like to welcome you inside the very dark, very evil Shadow's Lair for episode number 6 of the Shadow's Lair series 2.0. We're on season 2, motherfuckers. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video. Hit that subscribe button down below. You know where, in the description box below on this channel and my other channels, which are down there, like I said, in the description box. Friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. If you're real, if you're not, you can go suck a fat cock and go fuck yourself. And also, don't forget to turn on that bell. Tap the bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn video. And if you do, well, you're shit out of luck, you're SOL. And you know what that means? Ha ha! And also, share the video all over the internet. And that's pretty much it. So, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you wish, and hit the bell, and that's pretty much it. This is your first time watching, well, welcome to the party, pal! Grab a cold one, and enjoy. And if you like it, you want more, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, stick it straight up to you-know-what, and hit that bell. That's all you gotta do. That's all you have to do. And that's pretty much it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this Wednesday evening, getting close to Wednesday night, and you know what that means, AEW Dynamite! Coming your way at the top of the hour. Should be a pretty good show from Indianapolis, Indiana. We're going to hear from MJF. Tonight, the aftermath from All Out 5. So, we got all that. Wait, so yeah, All Out 4, but trust me, it's 5. But it's the aftermath of, All Out. So like I said, we're gonna hear from MJF. We got the start of the Grand Slam tournament tonight. We got Battle of the People who have broken necks. That's Roderick Strong taking on Trent Beretta in one tournament match, and then another one is going to be very interesting. Darby Allin, how you doing? I come from Seattle. I weigh 125 pounds soaking wet. I wear a skateboard. He takes on his protege, 18-year-old Nick fucking Wayne. That's going to be a banger. Now we'll see what happens with that. As the tournament begins, the winner will face MJF in New York City in 2 weeks for AEW Grand Slam. So we got that. So it's going to be a big show in Queens, New York City in 2 weeks, my friends. 2 weeks. So we got the start of that. We're going to get some more stuff from All Out. Bryan Danielson beating the living shit out of Ricky Starks. See what happens with that. The new All International Champion Jon Moxley might be on the show. And a whole lot more tonight on Dynamite. The best show of the week. And that's it. So we got that. Hopefully later on tonight, depending on how I feel, it's hot as balls here in New York City. We got one more day, and then it's going to be raining for like the next 5 days. It's just the way it is, late summer heat. And then the late summer storms. But, it is what it is. And then next weekend, we might get Category 5 Hurricane Lee, but models are saying it's going to go out to sea, please do. Because one model has it coming up the coast north and making a beeline for Long Island. And around, my neck of the woods. That's not good. We don't need another Sandy, I'll tell you that much. But I might have to, if it does come up the coast and comes up to the New York, Brooklyn, New York area, I might have to, skedaddle out of here. But all the models are kind of pointing to it going out to sea, so don't have to worry about it right now. But, something to look at if you're in the New York area, or in the, the Boston area. So something to look at, so we got that, so. But, yeah, this weekend is just going to be a mess. Rain, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, which sucks. I guess I was supposed to go to a minor league baseball game on Saturday. I guess I'm not going because it's probably going to be canceled. So, I'm probably going to keep the ticket because I think I can use it for next season. I have to go down to the box office probably next week and see if I can give that in. I mean, it's a free ticket, so, because I got VIP. Ha! So I gotta see about that, and maybe use that for a game next season. Maybe the first game of the season if I can get that. But we shall see what happens with that when we get there. But most likely, I think this weekend is gonna be a wash. If you're in the New York area, I know. The Giants are gonna be playing the Cowboys in MetLife Stadium. That might be a really wet game. There's going to be thundering and lightning and Satan's going to come down and all that shit. So it might be, I think, that game and maybe the Niners-Pittsburgh game, that might be a slop fest. I hope not. I hope the rain goes away from Pittsburgh. So people like Bosa, Bosa and Kittle and Ayuk and Debo and Brock, especially Brock Purdy, don't get hurt. With the mud and the wet turf and shit. But we will see what happens with that this Sunday. And tomorrow we got the Lions and the Chiefs. The Chiefs will unveil their Super Bowl banner. They get their rings. And then they will defend the Super Bowl coming into the season. They face the Lions at Arrowhead Stadium. See how that game goes. The game will be on Peacock and Channel 4. Or if you have YouTube TV and you got the Sunday ticket, you get that. You get to watch it on there. But I got Channel 4 and Peacock, so I can watch it on both if I felt like it. But it is what it is, and that's that. So, if you didn't know what I'm going to be talking about in this video, as the title below says, ladies and gentlemen, we have waited so long, basically 7 months, a little over 6.5, almost 7 months. Gone through training camp. Went through the draft, went through a couple weeks of the preseason, but now we are here tomorrow night. Ladies and gentlemen, we start the 2023-2024 NFL season in the league where they play for pay. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, so as always, I've been doing this for the last few years on my respective channels. We're on this channel the last few years. So it is time for your 2023 NFL season preview. Alright, so if you haven't seen any one of my videos when I talk about the baseball season, when I do that in early March or late March before the season starts. But I do in September, right before the first week of the season, I do the preview for the football season. And as always, you gotta get the Bible, the Bible of all sports, sports previews. You gotta get, you don't have to get this brand. This is Lindy's, which is very better than Athlon Sports, but I like this one. It costs like $13. Actually, this costs $12. But so yeah, but if you buy it online, it's like with shipping, it's like $16, which is rip-off. Rip-off. But, you know, and I get this early. I usually get this, you know, usually I get it at Rite Aid has it, or Walgreens has it, or you can buy it online from lindysports.com, or you get from Athlon Sports. You can get the Sporting News has it. Has their own. You can get that for a little bit cheaper, but I like this one because it has a lot of statistics in it, and it's pretty damn good. And that's it. So we're here at week 1 in the NFL in the league where they play for pay, and you know, coming off a pretty good 2022-2023 season, which saw the Kansas City Chiefs beat those pedophile Eagles in Super Bowl 57 to win their second Super Bowl. You know, we all know the Super Bowl they won 55. Cheated to beat the Niners in 2020. Don't get me started with that, because I was heartbroken. My brother from another mother, you great man, you sexy bitch. You know, he was heartbroken, and 3 days later he was taken from me, and taken from Rosa and her family, because he had a heart attack and he passed away. So just a shame. They lose the Super Bowl, and then 3 days later he's gone. It just sucks. But but this is always his favorite time of year. Almost every year that I knew him, I used to hang out at his house almost every week, watching the Niners game, because he had NFL Red Zone, he had the Niners freaking channel and everything. It was great. You know, we watched the playoffs together, watched the Super Bowl together, had fun with the neighbors and blasting the horn and everything. I should have played the horn. I should have played the horn. I think I'm going to go play the horn. I think I'm going to do it. So get ready, because what I'm going to talk about first is the San Francisco 49ers! Yes! Alrighty. Alright, so let's get into your preview for the NFL and the league where they play for pay. And as always, gotta start out with my team, man. You gotta start out with my team. So I'm gonna start out with the San Francisco 49ers, the reigning, defending NFC West champions, who came one win away from going to the Promised Land, the Super Bowl, and a possible rematch with those dirty Chiefs. But they ran into probably the best team in the league. That was the pedophile Eagles in the NFC title game. And, yeah. It was a nightmare game for the Niners. It was close to begin, and then the Dirty Birds do what they always do. Play dirty, and they knocked Brock Purdy out. He breaks his UCL, which is in his elbow. And he was gone. They brought in Josh Johnson, the emergency starter. And then he stunk up the joint. And Jalen Hurts and company just ran amok on the Niners defense. And the Niners lost that game. Not like a lot. I think it was 31. What was it? 31-14, I think it was. Let me check that. 31-7. It was a bad game. It was like a blowout. As soon as it was 14-7, I was like, okay, maybe we have a chance. And then when Brock Purdy went down, I was like, oh, great, this game is over. This game is over. The season's over. Not even Josh Johnson could save the Niners. No, not even the defense could. But the Niners had a great season. 13 and... Where'd they go? Well, overall, with the playoffs, they went 15-5. They won the division. Jimmy G started, Trey Lance started the season, and then Jimmy G came in for a little bit. Then Trey Lance got hurt. He was out for the year with his leg injury. Jimmy G, I don't know why he was still on the team last year. He comes in and, he got a couple. He ran off a couple wins here. It was pretty damn good. And then he gets hurt. I believe in week. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Week 7, I think he got hurt. And then the emergency starter, Brock Purdy. He comes in. I'm like, who is this guy? Some rookie. And he comes in and just like injects the Niners with this confidence. In the first game, he was like on fire. And he racked up 11 straight wins. 11 wins in a row going through the season. They win the division easily. Then in the playoffs, they beat Seattle at home 41-23. And then they faced Dallas in that game that I don't know what the hell Dallas was doing at the end of that game. But they pulled it out. Even though Brock didn't have a great game, they won 19-12. And then the NFC title game, as I said, Brock Purdy tore his UCL and his elbow. He was gone for the game, and the Niners were basically done. So that's it. But a very good season for the Niners last year. Like I said, they went 12-4. Because they have a 17-game schedule. So it went 12-4 on the year. Division champs again. Not again. They didn't win it last year. And it was a great season for them. Some injuries. Kittle got hurt again. Before the season started, everybody's thinking that Debo was going to go to the Jets. He was going to go to the Colts. But, thankfully, John Lynch, that great man he is, Jed York, Kyle Shanahan, they got a deal done, and Debo signed a 3-year deal, big-time contract, so he stays in Santa Clara, in the city by the bay. And then, he was still hurt during the season, but, near the end of the season, he comes back, lights out, probably one of the best wide receivers in the game right now. And then, they get Christian McCaffrey in a trade with the Panthers, and he comes in, and he just went amok. The running game was just him, basically. There was a couple other guys that was pretty damn good, Ray McLeod, and so many other guys. But when McCaffrey came in, they injected the running game. He was, like, on fire. The offense was still a little bit shaky. Trent Williams getting, like, penalties every goddamn game. But, they get rid of, McGlinchey is now retired. So that offensive line is still a little bit shaky. I'm a little bit worried about it. Because, you got to protect Brock Purdy, who's coming off an injury with his elbow. And, the league is going to go after him this year. So, they have some question marks on the offense, but you still got Ayuk in his his contract year. I hope they re-sign him after the season ends. I think George Kittle has a contract coming up, so Kittle will probably be the highest paid tight end in history. Fuck you, Kelsey. But we got that, and McCaffrey's coming back for his first first full year as a Niner. He came in, I think, I forgot what week he came in. It was week 3, week 5, somewhere around there. But he comes in, great stuff. And then the defense, freaking Nick Bosa, the MVP, well, not the MVP, but, he was just a beast last year. Let me try to get his stats if I can. My thing is, my fan is on because it's so fucking hot in here. It's fucking hot today in New York City. Let's see here. Bosa. think he had, let's see, I can find it. I have it, but I just, sometimes you can't see because, you know, they have, like, the print is like this big, and they need a magnifying glass. I think he had like 16 sacks, something like that. He was on fire, that guy, Bosa. Nobody can hold him, nobody can freaking, you know, stop him. And he and Fred Warner, Eric Armstead were pretty damn good. Secondary, they had their moments, you know, I'm trying to get the guy's name, Hufunga, pretty damn good. The Ward brothers, you know, got some big plays when they needed to. But, you know, minus all that, they win the division, you know, beat Seattle. I thought that was going to be a really tough game, and it was, you know, with Geno Smith. He was pretty damn good this year. He's coming back last year he come back this year. So to see Cox, you know, might be a little bit of a problem for the Niners, but, you know, we'll see. But like I said, you know, the kicking game, Robbie Gould kicking field goals in his sleep, like 60-yard field goals in his sleep. But now he's gone, and now the Niners have a new kicking game, and both of them are hurt. So they were talking about maybe bringing back Robbie Gould for maybe one more year. I know he's like, I don't know how old this guy is, like in the 40, I think. But I'd sign him for one more year because really, this year is Super Bowl or bust. It has to be. It's the revenge of the revenge of the revenge of the revenge tour. Revenge Part 4. We came so close to getting to the Super Bowl. You know, the last 4 out of 5 years. I came this close to winning Super Bowl 55, and one win away from going to Super Bowl 57. So, we got all that. Actually, I think it's 59. Let me just let me look up. I think this year's Super Bowl. I think it's Super Bowl. What number is it up to? Yeah, 58. I was right. Yeah, Super Bowl 58 will be February the 14th in Vegas. Vegas at Allegiant Stadium in Paradise, Nevada, where the Las Vegas Raiders play, where that schmuck Jimmy G went. Good riddance to you. Hope you get hurt there. You suck. He got us to the Super Bowl, but what did he do? Couldn't pull a rabbit out of his ass and come back in that game where we're up 10, and then the freaking Chiefs and the refs basically, took over. But now Jimmy G is, going to be starting on Sunday against the Broncos. And we'll see what the Raiders do this year in the AFC West. Not that they're going to win the West. I doubt it unless, like, Patrick Mahomes, like, gets he gets hurt. He has a major injury. But those Chiefs, they're coming for number 3. Ring number 3. So the defending, we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, so like I said, the Niners, they got rid of Jimmy G, got rid of McGlinchey, who retired. They added Javon Hargrave from the Eagles, one of the best defensive ends on their team last year. Now he's with us. Take that, Philly. You fucking bitches. So that's going to be a lethal fucking defensive end. You got Bosa, Fred Warner, Armstead. You got those 4 guys. That's a mean front 4. And then, you got some help in the secondary. Hufunga's coming back. I think the Ward brothers are still coming back. Some other guys, in the secondary. It's not the greatest secondary in the world, like it used to be back in the day, but no, it's still a little bit of an issue with, like, the offensive line. But, I still think that the Niners have probably they're in the top 5 of best defenses this year. You got the Eagles, so you can't forget about the pedophile Eagles. You got the Niners, you got the Bears, who look pretty damn good with their defense, and you got the Saints, who have a great defense. So, that NFC, the NFC is going to be really, really, really loaded with great defenses. And I have to see what happens. Alright, so the Niners, the big addition was Jason Hargrave. They lost Jimmy G. Goodbye, so long, farewell. Take your ass with you. Mike McGlinchey, like I said, he retired. They got Chris Conley, a wide receiver. Sam Darnold, from the Panthers. He's going to be QB number 2. It was supposed to be, really, I thought it was going to be QB number 3 behind Trey Lance. But, the Trey Lance situation was kind of being a distraction to the Niners. They're like, all right, let's get him out. Because, they didn't want it to be an issue during the season. So, Trey Lance go bye-bye for a 4th-round pick next year. He goes to Dallas to be the understudy to Dax Prescott. Good luck playing in a game unless Dax Prescott gets hurt. Then we'll see the Trey Lance show in Dallas. Not that it's going to do anything, but you never know. So they got that. Got a couple other guys, in the defense, some cornerbacks, they went 2-1 in the I think they won 2-1 in the preseason. Losing to Vegas, the first game in Vegas. Then they beat Denver on a last-minute field goal by their new kicker. Let me see the kicker. Where is it? I think it was Jake Moody, but he got hurt. I think in the game, the 3rd preseason game, with his leg, his quad. So Niners were kind of looking to get a new kicker. They did get a kicker. I forgot his name, but I think he got hurt. Now the talks of of Robbie Gould coming back to save the Niners, because who's going to be their kicker in Week 1? And can a rookie kicker or someone with a little bit of experience, can they kick game-winning field goals for the Niners? So the Niners field goal, kicker situation is going to be a little bit suspect. So they're going to be tight games when you got a 35, 45, 50-yard field goal, and you're going to need a guy like Robbie Gould that can kick him in his sleep, and then you got some rookie, you're like, I don't have faith in this guy. So you pray to the gods that he can, win the game. But that's the only issue I have with the Niners right now, besides the offensive line, a little bit of the secondary. Their kicking situation needs to be addressed. But I don't even know who the kicker is going to be on Sunday in Pittsburgh. So we got that. So the Niners, they open up the season on the road for the first 2 weeks. They got in Pittsburgh. The game's at 1 p.m. The game hopefully will be on Fox here in New York City. I mean, it's basically the not the game of the week, but let me check the Eagles schedule for a second, because usually if it's in the New York market, usually they'll play the out of market game. So the Eagles, no, they don't. So I think the Niners will have that 1 o'clock game, because it's a 1 o'clock game in Pittsburgh that the Eagles play in New England against the Patriots at 4:25. But I think the Packers, I think it's the Packers or the Packers and the Bears will be the 4 o'clock game. That's going to be a pretty interesting game. The Packers without Rodgers and his discount double check against a brand new Bears offense. Bears defense looks deadly. So that's going to be the game of the week. on your Sunday besides Sunday Night Football with the Giants and them Cowboys. So we got that. So let me run down, get back to the Niners schedule here. I got the fan on, so I apologize if I'm turning pages. So the Niners got Pittsburgh week 1 in Steel City. Should be a very close. Well, now that the big news, I forgot even the big news that Nick Bosa got his money because he was holding out. He held out for most of training camp. Didn't play the preseason. There was people saying that he might not start week 1. Then they were like, oh, he's gonna start week 1. But I was like, I don't want Nick Bosa's contract situation to be a distraction for the team. But they got it done today. $34 million for 5 years, total of $170 million, the highest paid defensive back linebacker in NFL history. More than Aaron Donald got when he was on the Rams. So Bosa got his money, and I predicted he was going to get signed by the weekend, but so I was a little bit early. So the Niners got a gift today, the best defensive player in the league, in the game, Nick fucking Bosa. Let's go, motherfuckers. The Niners defense is going to maul the Steelers and their second year quarterback. Might be not going to be a high scoring game. I think it'll be pretty even. But I'm going to go with the Niners to get the win, and it's going to be. I'm going to go 31-21 Niners on the road. Even though Mike Tomlin is, I believe, 4-1 or 5-1 at home on opening day. So that's going to be a little bit of a problem. Because the Steelers, are so good at home on, opening day. But, they're running into a buzzsaw, and that's the 49ers. And we'll see how Brock Purdy does. Coming off UCL surgery. We didn't think he was going to start in September. I mean, even week 1, we all thought Trey Lance was going to start. And then the rumors of Sam Darnold might starting week 1. And then, thankfully, Brock, he came back, did his rehab. He was, came back fat. Didn't come back that fast, but he got through training camp. No major setbacks for him. So he's all locked and loaded, ready to go and throw some freaking strikes to Debo, Ayuk, Jennings, and everybody else on there, Kittle. But Kittle might not play this week because he has a hip injury, a abductor injury, so he might be doubtful for the game. That sucks, but I think in the end the Niners will win anyway. So we got that. Then next week, week 2, they fly all the way cross country to basically a home game against the Rams. That game is at 4 o'clock, but it's not going to be on Fox here in the New York area because the Giants play Arizona. So I got that. So, if you want to watch the Niner game, watch it on YouTube TV or on Sunday Ticket, or you can watch it on the Niner app, which I do. So do that. So that's gonna be a toughie for the Niners in SoFi Stadium against the Rams, which is basically a home game for the Niners. Then the home opener, September the 21st, Thursday Night Football. That game will be on Amazon Prime. If you don't have Amazon Prime, I don't know if they're gonna show that game in the New York area. They may show it on Channel 7 or Channel 4 for Thursday Night Football. But we'll see what happens with that. That's the first home game for the Niners at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Then they got 2 more home games. Week 4 against Arizona. Week 5, October the 8th in Dallas. Then November the 5th, they got the bye. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So week 9, they got the bye. And then coming out of the bye, they're in Jacksonville. That's going to be a toughie. Then they got Tampa Bay at home. They finally play Seattle November the 23rd, which is on Thanksgiving, which is a rarity for the Niners. I don't think in their history they played on Thanksgiving. Maybe a couple of times. But this year they play in Seattle. That is the night game, the 8 o'clock game. That game will be on the NFL Network, which will suck because, you know, I'll be at my parents' house and they don't have the NFL Network. So I gotta fire up the freaking phone and watch it on my phone. Or if by some chance it comes on Channel 4. But, so we have to, you know, have to see about that. But, yeah, so they play Seattle for the first time in Seattle, November the 23rd, Thanksgiving night. And then, Week 13, ladies and gentlemen, the rematch from the NFC title game in Philly, Niners-Philly. That's going to be big. A 4 o'clock game. I'd love for that to be on Fox 5 here in New York City. But we'll see what happens with that. Then they're back home at against Seattle, December the 10th. They got one more. They play on Christmas, Monday Night Football on ESPN. I will be watching that because it's the day after the greatest day in the world, which is my birthday. So Niners football at home against the Ravens. So that should be good. And then they end the season. Well, they don't have a date yet, but I would assume it's going to be January 6th or 7th or 8th at home in Santa Clara against the Rams. And we got that. So it should be a pretty damn good year for the Niners. Barring a Brock Purdy, you know, injury. Or Bosa getting hurt. I mean, Kittle got to stay healthy. Ayuk and Debo. You know, I think the Niners can win that division. And I'm going to give them the division. I'm going to go 13-3. I do see a couple losses here in the schedule. Maybe one of the Ram games, one of the Seattle games, and probably that Philly game because it's in Philly, you know, December the 3rd. But we shall see what happens with that. But I think the Niners will win the division. All right, let's quickly go to the New York Football Giants. Actually, let's not go to the Giants. We'll go to the Giants after. Let's go to my other team. Let's go to the New York Football Jets. Jets. New look Jet team. Aaron Rodgers and his discount double check signs with the Jets. You know, taking over for Zach Wilson, who really didn't have a great season, got hurt. And then Mike Smith comes in. You know, he comes in and does some good stuff, but then near the end, the Jets just kind of freaked out. And, yeah. So, Jets didn't have a great season last year. They went 7-10. Pretty much it. They went 4 games. They went 2-2. So, kind of 500 on the preseason, but we don't know, that doesn't count. So, the big additions, Rodgers coming in, that's going to really bolster their offense. They got Randall Cobb, his best buddy from the Packers. They got the offensive coordinator. You know, they got a lot of guys. You know, they lost Mike White. He went bye-bye. So, Zach Wilson will be the backup to Aaron Rodgers. So, and Rodgers didn't really play much in the preseason, but he looked good. He threw a touchdown against the Giants in the last preseason game. You know, so he looked pretty damn good. And that's it. So, we'll see what happens with the Jets. The defense still looks pretty good. They got Sauce Gardner. You know, a couple other guys they got on defense that look pretty damn good. And, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. This might be, you know, a great year for the Jets. Maybe finally make a run for the AFC East title. Maybe win it for the first time in God knows how long. You know, I do think if the Jets play to the best of their ability, they can make the wild. I think they'll make a wild card division. Well, I don't know about that. I think it's going to be a dogfight between, you know, Aaron Rodgers and company against Josh Allen and the Bills, who they play Week 1 at home at MetLife Stadium. That's going to be DeMar Hamlin's not his homecoming game, but his return game. That's going to be exciting. See DeMar Hamlin come out of the tunnel. The Buffalo Bill fans will be at MetLife Stadium on Monday. They're going to cheer him, and especially I think week 2 is his homecoming in Buffalo. So I got that. So should be, it's going to be an interesting year for the Jets. They start off, like I said, at home on Monday Night Football against the Bills. That's a big division game for them. And then week 2 at Dallas against the damn Cowboys. They got Kansas City in week 4 at home. The Patriots week 3. Philadelphia at home October the 16th. That is right before the bye. 2, 3, 4. Week 7 they got the bye, and then coming out of the bye, they're on the road. They're the away team as they play the Giants. It's like I think it's every 3-4 years they play the Giants. So we got that. That's going to be an interesting game. That game will be at 1 o'clock on October the 29th, right before Halloween. We got that. They play on Black Friday, November the 24th, at home against Miami. Then they end the year on the road in New England against the Patriots. So we shall see what happens with all that. But they do have a Sunday night game, November the 12th. Another one, October the 1st, against the Chiefs at home. And Monday Night Football game against the Chargers, November the 6th. So they're gonna be on. They had Hard Knocks this year, so looked pretty damn. I didn't see most of it, but it looked pretty damn good. So the Jets look, a new look Jet team with Robert Saleh, the coordinator that knows all about Mr. Ratchets and his discount double check. He's got his best wide receiver, Randall Cobb. That's probably gonna be the 1-2 connection right there. Got other players on the Jets. The running game is okay. Defense is okay. Sauce Gardner and company in the secondary. So I think the Jets. I don't think they're gonna win the division, but I think they can win probably 9, 10, maybe 11 games. Get a definite playoff spot. Get a definite wild card. See what they do in the playoffs. But yeah. So I think the Jets will go 11 and 5. Actually, 11 and 6 on the year. The Niners will go 13 and 4. So got that. So that's the Niners, my favorite teams, the Niners and the Jets. So let's go to the New York Giants real quick. And they're coming off not a great year. They lost in the playoffs. They made the playoffs. Very good run they had. If I can find their goddamn schedule, it'd be nice. There we go. They went 10-8-1. As they had a miracle win in the wild card round against Minnesota in Minnesota with that game-winning field goal. They won. Not game-winning field goal. Game-winning touchdown. I think it was 31-24. And then basically they got blown out in Philly, 38-7, because the Eagles just ran amok on them. And that's that. Daniel Jones had a pretty decent year. Saquon Barkley, he did good, then he got hurt. And then, the defense for the Giants was really strong this year. But, we got that. They added Darren Waller, a couple other guys. Got rid of Julian Love, who played, I think, for the Packers. Brian DeBall in his second year as a Giant coach. Getting his team ready. I think the Giants could possibly win the division. We still got the Eagles to worry about, them Cowboys and them Commanders. So that NFC East is going to be stacked. But we'll see what happens with that. I do see the Giants getting a wild card spot. I don't think they're going to go anywhere after that, but you never know in the NFL and the league where they play for pay. So we'll see what happens with that. They re-signed Saquon Barkley. They gave him an extension. So So he's going to be on the team for a couple more years. Daniel Jones got a big fat contract. Got a big fat contract. So we shall see what happens with that. And we move on. Alright, so the Giants start Sunday Night Football on NBC against them Cowboys at home. Then they go to Arizona next week. Week 3, that Thursday Night Football game in Santa Clara against my Niners. That's a loss. Then after that, Monday Night Football, October the 2nd at home against the Seahawks. October the 29th, the annual Giant regular season game in MetLife Stadium. They play Dallas again November the 12th. They play in Washington the week after that. Then they have the bye on week, I think it's week 13. Week 13. Then after the bye, December the 11th at home, Monday Night Football against the Packers. And then they play on Christmas Day, of all days, at the 4:30 game. That's a Monday game. Against Philly, in Philly. Can you imagine it snows? But we have to see about that. Then they play the Rams on New Year's Eve at home. Then they play the final game week after, week 18, against the pedophile Eagles at home at MetLife Stadium. So that could come down to the division game, but we'll see what happens. The division title, I should say, and we'll see what happens with all that. Alright, so I'm going to give you my preliminary AFC and NFC winners. So let's go for the NFC. NFC East, I'm going to go with the Eagles to win the division. I do see the Cowboys maybe getting a wild card. The Giants definitely getting a wild card there. Commanders will be there too, but we'll see what happens with that. NFC North. NFC North, I'm going to go with the Bears to win the division. I think the Lions are not going to have a great year. Vikings might have a decent year, might make the playoffs. Green Bay, we'll have to see how they're going to do without Rodgers and company. So, got that. So I think the Bears will win the division. NFC South, I'm going to go with the Saints to win the division because I think the Saints look pretty damn good. Their defense is great. I think Atlanta might have a decent comeback season. The Panthers, I don't know. I think their quarterback is Baker Mayfield, and we have to see what happens with that. I don't know. Tampa Bay, no more Brady, so probably back to sucking ass. So I don't think Tampa Bay has a wink and a prayer to win that division. Look at that. Then the NFC West, I already said it. The Niners are going to win the division. I think the Seahawks will probably get one of those wild card spots. I think the Cardinals might be a sleeper team in the NFC West. Make that division really intense like it was the last couple years. The Rams still kind of in a rebuilding mode, but don't count them out. Don't count them out. That's pretty much it. All right, AFC East. I'm going to go with the Bills to eke out the AFC East title, possibly from the Jets or possibly from the Miami Dolphins, Patriots. Even though they had macaroni and cheese, the quarterback there, I just don't think that the Patriots are going to have a good year. I think Belichick is probably going to be retiring pretty soon. Good riddance to him. Got that. And then the AFC North, that's a toss-up. Joe Burrow got hurt during the preseason. I don't know how long he's going to be out for. So, yeah, that might come into play. I'm still going to go with the Bengals to win the division. I think the Jets will be one of those wild cards. I do see that maybe the Bills, if they don't win the division, there will be a wild card. I do have the Bengals to win. Baltimore Ravens, Otaku's Ravens. Yeah, right. You listen to me, Otaku, right now. I do have the Ravens possibly get into the playoffs. That depends on Mr. Lamar Jackson if he doesn't fuck up this year like he's had in the last couple years. We got that. The Browns, the doggies. Maybe, I don't know. And it's the Steelers, that's a big toss-up right there. Alright. Yeah, you can see that my fan is on high, so I got that. Alright. AFC South. It's going to be a pretty big dogfight. You know, Tennessee's got a new logo, by the way, on their helmets. And they got a new stadium coming in, I think, a year or two. That's where SummerSlam is going to be. Or WrestleMania, SummerSlam. WrestleMania 42, I believe, is going to be there. So 2 years to a new stadium. Not in Nissan Stadium, where they play now. But, so that's going to be a big thing, you know. The opening of the stadium, and then right after that, WrestleMania 42. In 2025, 2026, no. 2026, I was right, because 41 hasn't been announced yet of where it's going to be. Though they're thinking it might be in Minnesota. And then one of those WrestleManias, as we get close to WrestleMania 50, will be in London. I can see WrestleMania in San Juan, Puerto Rico! For Easter, you know what I mean? But we move on. So, AFC South, I'm going to go with... I think it's going to come down to the Jaguars and Tennessee. So one of those two teams are going to win the division, maybe make a wild card spot. Houston's still kind of rebuilding, and the Colts still kind of rebuilding as well. So we got that. And then basically the AFC West is basically the Chiefs' division to lose. You know, then you got the Raiders. I think the Raiders will have a pretty decent season. I don't have any faith in Jimmy G in Vegas for you Raider fans. You know, they came in Block and Suva. I have no faith in Jimmy G for your team, so get ready to, you know, unload on YouTube and on social media, you know, wanting Jimmy G's head on a stick. I do see that. The Chargers, you know, sleeper team, but we'll see what happens with that. And then Broncos, we'll see what happens with them during the season. So it should be some good stuff coming your way for the 2023-2024 NFL season. The Niners, I think both New York teams will make the playoffs. Maybe both teams get the AFC East and NFC East title, but we'll see what happens with that. I do see my Niners getting that NFC West division title for the second year in a row. But then when we come to the playoffs, it's anybody's game. But I think in the NFC, you got the two best teams right there. The Eagles, once again, with Jalen Hurts and company. You know, they don't have a great defense this year. I think they'll get to the NFC title game. And I think they'll face the Niners again. So, Week 13 will be Revenge Part 1. And then the NFC title game, which will be in San Fran this time. Not in that shithole in Philly. Not this time. It's going to be in San Fran at Levi Stadium in front of a ton of crazy freaking red and gold maniacs, those 49er fans. And that's what I'm predicting for the NFC title game. Niners, Eagles, 2. And we'll see what happens with that. As far as the AFC, I'm going with the Chiefs and the Bills. I think that'll be, you know, I think they're kind of destined to be in the AFC title game, like they were, I think, a year or so ago. And Kansas City just mauled the Bills. I think it was in the semifinal round, or was the AFC title game. I'm not sure, but still, you know, I think it's going to be an interesting AFC. And that's it. So, my preliminary Super Bowl 58 prediction, it's not, if it happens, it happens. But I'm going to go with the Niners, because I'm being biased. Yes, I'm being biased. The Niners against the Chiefs, Super Bowl 55 revisited. We were supposed to get that last year. We almost did. I think we might get it this year. Super Bowl 58, February the 11th, 2024 in Vegas. The rematch of all rematches. Mahomes against Bosa and the Niners and Brock Purdy. And the winner? The Niners. I have a feeling the Niners are going to do it this year. They're going to get ring number 6. barring a major catastrophe, because you know that happens in football, but I do feel in my heart that the Niners will win the Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl bust right now for the Niners. They signed Bosa for 5 years. They have to do it this year. I think they'll win the division, go to this NFC title game, probably beat the Eagles, hopefully, in Philly, hopefully it's in Santa Clara. I don't want it to be in Philly. But, I mean, we'll have to see what happens. But their kicking game, that might come into play in the playoffs. Trust me on that. But we'll see. So my preliminary Super Bowl prediction, Niners over the Chiefs, Super Bowl 58. And that's it. Alright, so I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go watch Dynamite. It's coming up in about 5 minutes, right on the TBS network. Should be a good show. So I will be back, hopefully later tonight, on my Peter Joseph channel with your AEW Dynamite review. So check it out. Hit the bell so you know when the video comes out. You don't miss it. You'll be the first one to see it. And that's it. Alright, everybody. Thanks for watching. Leave me your predictions for your team. And what team you root for. Leave me your predictions. You can talk about the Niners, the Jets, the Giants, any team in the NFL. You can put your preliminary Super Bowl prediction in the comments. And that's pretty much it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's a little, I know I just started over with season 2 of this channel. I only got 11 subs. Hopefully we'll start on the road to 25 subs, up to 50, up to 100 by most likely next year. But we'll see what happens with all of that. So share the video all over the place, and hopefully, your friends, tell your girlfriend, whatever, to sub to the channel, and that's pretty much it. So that's it for episode number 6 of the Shadows Lair series, Shadows Lair Season 2. Thanks for watching. I'm going to watch some Dynamite, and that's pretty much it. So enjoy the 2023-2024 NFL season. It's going to be exciting, starting tomorrow night on Peacock and Channel 4. The Chiefs and the Lions. I got the Chiefs to really light up the Lions. Patrick Mahomes throwing like 5 touchdowns. I think it would be a good game to start, but then I think the Chiefs will just go rough shot and destroy the Lions on Thursday Night Football. But we'll see what happens with that. And then Sunday, the official Week 1 of the 2023 season. The Giants play the damn Cowboys. Sunday Night Football, Niners and the Steelers at 1 p.m. If you're in the New York area, you can watch that game, hopefully. But we'll see what happens with that. And plenty more on your Sunday. And then the Jets, Monday Night Football on September the 11th. That's going to be, Patriots Day. At home against the Bills. Prime time. Aaron Rodgers in his first game as a Jet. And it counts this time. Taking on Damar Hamlin in his return game for the Bills, coming off that horrific injury he had during the playoffs. So I think he'll do pretty well. I think he might be MVP this year, but we'll see what happens with that. So enjoy the season, everybody. I will be on this channel every Sunday. I will be doing post-game Niner statistics and analysis and all that shit. Talk about the game. So next Sunday night, this Sunday night, when I come home, because I'm going to be home late because I'm watching, the Giants-Cowboys game with my pops. So after I get home from that, I will be on here for episode 7 of the Shadows Lair. Talk about the Niners game with the Steelers. Talk about the game, some highlights, some lowlights, and then get you ready for week 2 for the Niners against the Rams next Sunday. And we got that. So check out this channel for all your Niners updates and all that shit. And we move on. Alright, so I gotta fire up the good old tele. And had it already on. Sorry about that. Alright, so I'm gonna watch Dynamite. I'm gonna have some fun with some peeps. And that's pretty much it. So later on tonight, hopefully, your AEW Dynamite review. But until next time, enjoy the season. Bang, bang, Niner gang for all you Niner fans and Jets, Jets. For all that, and to you Giant fans, good luck. And that's pretty much it. So that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'm Peter Joseph signing out. Peace out. Rock on and rock hard with your cook out. And if you're not down with that, well, fuck you, man. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.